Good afternoon. Another edition here of Harness News Live with your boy Trey Colbeck. August 2nd edition. Not a lot to go over, just some recaps of the Battle of Waterloo eliminations, Battle of the Bells eliminations, as well our normal Sire Stakes recap. And I'll have an interview with Manitoba trainer, driver, owner Kevin Hildebrandt. But first, like always, today's episode is sponsored by Harness Bid, the game changer for the standardbred harness racing bloodstock industry, providing buyers and sellers with an easy-to-use online platform that offers global reach, unparalleled transparency, and convenience for its customers. With zero commission on every horse sold, buyers can purchase horses with the confidence that they are getting the best value for their money, while at the same time, sellers can list their horses without worrying about hefty commissions eating into their profits. For more information and to get started, visit harnessbid.com. Like I said, we'll go up first here. The eliminations of the Battle of Waterloo happened Monday at Grand River. 2 eliminations were needed. First up, let's see who wins the first one.
And has taken over second and is trying to bear down on Stopwatch. It is Stopwatch, and on the outside, Max Patrick. And on the inside, third, Always a Thrill. 3/4, 129 and 3. Max Patrick has broken stride, and it is Stopwatch who's got the lead. Always a Thrill on the outside is trying to call her Stopwatch. Stopwatch on the inside. Always a Thrill on the outside. They're going to settle things on down the stretch where they come. Stopwatch on the inside. Always a Thrill chasing on the outside. Always a Thrill is going to take the Battle of Waterloo elimination number 1. Stopwatch a very game second. Crush.
Always a Thrill. A Better's the Light sired gelding gets first win of his career. Took 3 starts to do it. Finished second last time out in the Ontario Sire Stakes Grassroots Division. Finished 4th in his racing debut, seemingly to improve every race. Up next, let's see who can take home the second elimination.
He's got the lead. Do Better, Enforcer, Chalk Hanover. Mick Wicked Time on the outside shares 4th with Caribbean Sports, and then it is back to Aaronwood Big Rig. Do Better heading up to 3/4. Enforcer is back up tighter in the pocket, and they roll by 3/4, 127 and 3. And now Do Better is starting to sprint away a little bit. Opens up a lead of about 2 1/4. Enforcer, Chalk Hanover on the inside, Caribbean Sports, McWicked Time, and Aaronwood Big Rig. It is Do Better, Enforcer on down the stretch route. They come in the second Battle of Waterloo elimination, and Do Better continues on, and Do Better is doing very strongly to finish to win. Enforcer second, then third was Chalk Hanover.
Do Better, another Better's the Light side. Now goes perfect 4 for 4 in his early career. 1 in the Ontario Sire Stakes Grassroots. Followed that up with a win in the Gold Division before coming into this elimination. Trainer Robert McIntosh sweeps both Battle of the Waterloo eliminations. So congratulations there. This race, the finals for this race will go on Monday. But we'll also talk about the Battle of the Bells eliminations. Up first, let's see who wins this one.
There's 5.5 off the lead, and now angles to the outside. Then it is Raffle Winner, and Wicked Weather is trailing the field. It is Benita's Best Bet. How much? And now Collusion Hanover is getting up a little bit closer and is bearing down on Benita's Best Bet. 3/4, 128. It is Benita's Best Bet, Collusion Hanover, and then How Much Racing third. Raffle Winner is kicking in late. Wicked Weather and TH Jackie's Legacy, they turn for home. Collusion Hanover on down the stretch route they come. Collusion Hanover against Benita's Best Bet. Collusion Hanover is going to win. Benita's Best Bet was second. Then How Much is third, and then it looked like maybe TH Jackie's Legacy 156.
Collusion Hanover. Another Better's the Light sired pacer, a 2-year-old pacer takes home this one. Second win in 4 starts in her career. Won the Ontario Sire Stakes Grassroots. Finished 7th when moving up to the Gold. Big bounce back here for this filly. On to the next one. Can Better's the Light sweep at 4 for 4? Let's see.
Healer on the inside third, Greatest of Pleasure, and then Path to Delight on the inside, and Cheese Party to the outside. Then it is Candescent Hanover, 3/4 in 127 pass line. And Peeler is getting a little bit closer. Greatest Pleasure is third. And then it is Cheese Party and Pass to Delight. It is pass line. And Peeler on the outside. And Greatest Pleasure third. On down the stretch route they come. Pass line is not going to be passed. Greatest Pleasure will finish second. And then Pass to Delight and Peeler fourth. And then it was Cheese.
Better's the light Better's the light side can't get it done this time. This time, Pass Line and All Bets Off gets her fourth win in 5 starts. Only minor hiccup with a third place finish last time out in the Ontario Sire Stakes Gold Division. Won in the gold before that. David Menery trains. Louis-Philippe Waugh sweeps the eliminations of the Battle of the Bells as driver. And like I said earlier, Grand River will host the finals for both these races in a full packed action cart on Monday. Holiday Monday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll go over the finals and the card in a little bit greater detail on Friday. We got a busy Friday episode with this Hamiltonian, everything going on in the Meadowlands, and everything else going on around. Next, we have the U.S. Sire Stakes action. Today, we're going to be sponsored by the USTA, the United States Trotting Association. We'll jump on board and sponsor all the American Sire Stakes action. First up, we have leg 4 of the 3-year-old Colton Gelding's New York Sire Stakes. Went on at Monticello on Monday. 2 splits. Let's see who wins the first one.
Panel midway around the final turn. Chapper Cray still in front by a length and a quarter. Here comes Jordan Stratton and Wild Bill Kelso popping out of the 3-hole, and they're at the top of the lane here in the Sire Stake, and it's still Chapper Cray still in front. On the inside comes Cecil Hanover. Outside comes Wild Bill Kelso, but the winner in the Sire Stake goes to the 1-9 favorite.
Chapper Craze by Crazy Wow gets 3rd win of the year after going winless as a 2-year-old. Has had a pretty good year. Back-to-back wins now in the New York Sire Stakes. Before that, finished 2nd in the Zweig Memorial, and before that, finished 2nd in the MGM Yonkers Trot. The second split was a little bit later in the card. Onion Gum, a Chapter 7 product, gets the 3rd win on the year, 5th lifetime. First win in the New York Sire Stakes this year after finishing 2nd in leg 3. Starting to make a name for himself. Let's see how he does it.
The Gruffalo now out of the 3-hole, a gap of 4 lanes back to You Got It and Kennebago, heading by the 3/4 in 129 and 4, 29 and 1/3 panel. Midway around the final turn, it's still Onion Gum your leader. Pocket Trip Some Kind of Crazy. The Gruffalo on the outside tries to make headway. 2 lanes back to You Got It and Kennebago, but they're at the top of the stretch in our final Sire Stake, and it's still Jordan and Onion Gum still in front. Outside the Gruffalo to the inside, Some Kind of Crazy. 3 wins today for Jordan, and Onion Gum wins it in 1:58 and 2.
Onion Gum gets the second split. There also was leg 4 of the 2-year-old Colton Pacers on Tuesday night at Batvia Downs. Only 1 split this time. Let's see who gets this one.
5 and 3. Into that far turn, an Avenger Force trying to see it through. Howl in the Hills up on the outside. Now Darius has got to go 3 wide for McDonald. Don't forget about Boston Rocks of the perfect trip. As they turn for home, Avenger Force far outside Darius, popping the deuce. Boston Rocks in between horses. Darius on the outside. It's going to be Jason Bartlett. Boston Rocks
by Boston Red Rocks. 3rd win in 5 starts. 154 and 3 mile times. Now his new lifetime mark. Won leg 1 and 2 in the New York Sires. Then finished 2nd in leg 3. Comes back with a win in leg 4. Kentucky had the championship, Kentucky Sire Stakes championship. They also had a couple other divisions. We're just going to look at the championship one at Red Mile. First up Monday, 2-year-old filly Trotters. Let's only 1 race. Let's see who wins this one.
Misty Yours up 3rd over the outside as Providence tracks up 4th over past the struggling Green Fee. The fillies trot to the top of the stretch. Stardust Voldo still upset-minded. Honorable Way rushing up there. 3/4, 125 and 4. And Stardust Voldo is giving way now. It's Honorable Way who has taken over the lead. Ostrad went Tove Polima. Dolce Amora rallies down the center of the track, and from way downtown, Providence begins to rally up at the outside. But it's Dolce Amora who has taken over with a short lead from Honorable Way. Dolce Amora will win it. Honorable Way was a very good second. Providence 3rd. Volcanic Blue.
Dulce Amara gets her first win in 2 starts. Last time out, finished 4th in the New Jersey Sired Stakes. Big bounce back here for the Muscle Hill Sired filly. Lucas Wallen trains the trotter. On to Tuesday, they had 2-year-old filly Pacers at the Red Mile. Still one split. Let's see who wins this one.
Caviar Sophie fourth. No change here as they just continue to make their way around the track in Stratalama. Geocentric, still all business. She's large and in charge off the turn. Geocentric through 3/4, 123 and 127 and 1 in that third split. Here comes Gifted One up on the attack. She moves into second, reaching for the boom. Has given way third with Caviar Sophie moving up fourth, but it's all Geocentric. And look at her explode late here. She just accelerates away. Geocentric is opening up here. She's going to win it by as many as she'd like. Geocentric as advertised at 1-9. Impressive here and dominant.
Geocentric by Sweet Lou is now 3 for 3 in her early career. 149 and 4-mile time is now her lifetime mark. Had back-to-back wins in the Pennsylvania Sired Stakes before coming into Kentucky. Brian Brown trains the young pacer. They also had 3-year-old filly trotters Tuesday afternoon at Red Mile. Let's see who wins this one.
Lotta comes underway to the outside fourth, and Caviar Gwyn gets rolling off the back. They trot at the top of the stretch. The favorite still 1-2. It's Caraboujan who's past 3/4, 124 and 3. Mamma Mia Voldo gears up off the perfect trip. If the shoe fits, trying to bend chin down at the inside. Far outside, Caviar Gwyn starts to accelerate late. They move at the mid-stretch. Caraboujan clinging to a short lead. Mamma Mia Voldo bears down far outside. Caviar Gwyn is surging late. 3 across the track to the finish. Mamma Mia Voldo's in between. It's Mamma Mia Voldo's taking over. Mamma Mia Voldo to win.
Mamma Mia Volo, a tactical landing sired filly trotter. First win of the year and a new lifetime mark performance for the Carter Pinsky trained trotter. That's all the sire stakes action we have. We'll move on now to the interview with Kevin Hildebrandt. All right, today we're joined by Kevin Hildebrandt. For those who don't know, he wears many different hats in the industry here in Manitoba. Owner, trainer, breeder, driver, just to name a few. Kevin, how's it going today, man?
It's going good. Just finished training all the horses. So,
yeah, good stuff. Yeah, you said you're trying to beat the heat, the hot one out there, you said?
Yeah, it's a warm one out there. Got to try to make sure the horses stay hydrated too and everything. So, staying cool.
Exactly. Perfect. So yeah, looking at your trainer, you had decent standings actually, I think last year in 2022. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong question. Sorry from over. Officially, you started training in 2012, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Started with a horse named Meadowlark's Legacy.
Awesome. But when did you really first get into it before that?
I think the first time I jogged a horse, I was 10 years old. So I've been basically around it my whole life because, I'm a third-generation horseman. So, my grandfather started in the 60s, and then my uncles and my mom and, the whole family was into it. And now I got some cousins out in Alberta as well, Jacques Lambert and Philip Giesbrecht. They're still doing it full-time out there. So it's kind of a family affair. So.
Exactly. And so now back to your 2022 year as a trainer, I thought it was pretty good. You had 11 wins and 83 starts. You actually finished in the top 3 almost 50% of the time. You're on similar pace this year for those kind of numbers. How are you feeling about your stable?
Well, last year, actually, I said that was actually career highs with money earned and wins and everything. So this year, I kind of going into the year figured I'd have some horses that had a lot of potential to do well. I know we got a couple of 3-year-old fillies there, that AK Black Badger and AK Night Lady. We kind of had some high hopes for them coming into the season, and so far they've been delivering on that. So hopefully that continues as we get into the stake season, and we just hope for the best and try to keep them good and healthy, and that's all we can really do.
Exactly. Well, first, good thing you brought up some of those 3-year-olds you have, because a couple of them got their first career wins last weekend. AK Black Badger, right? She had 2 seconds and a win to start her year. Do you think that what do you feel about this filly heading into stake season? Where do you think her chances are?
Well, like I say, going into the year, I kind of had some high expectations for her because, between her and that other filly that I had last year, and they were training down, they were training up with the old horses and beating the old horses training. So kind of knew going in that they should have the potential to do well. So I think as long as we, like I say, if we keep them healthy and keep making sure we give them the right trips when they're racing, then everything should hopefully all work itself out.
Awesome. And you also have that Colt AK Eagle, right, who got his first win. Do you think he'll stack up okay with the rest of the Colts in that?
It's hard to say with him. He had zero expectations going into the year, so we were just kind of hoping he could make it as a racehorse. And this weekend we got lucky and got to win one with him. So hopefully he keeps getting better. He's got a good attitude. So and that sometimes that's half the battle. You get a horse that wants to do it, and they'll exceed the expectations. So hopefully that's what he has in store for us.
And you also have your other one, AK Night Lady, right? She didn't race last week. Is everything okay? She's going to be back in this week?
Yeah, it's just like we were kind of looking at the stake schedule, and basically starting middle of August, these horses got to race some stake races every single week. So we just decided there's no point in gutting them this early in the season. So she got last week off, and this week actually we're giving AK Black Badger the week off as well. So just basically just trying to keep them fresh. That's all we're doing with them right now.
Perfect. And you have a couple older geldings in your barn as well. I'm a Mama's Boy and Don't Rock the Boat. How do you feel about those two? I know Don't Rock the Boat's been with you for a while. How's I'm a Mama's Boy fitting in?
I'm a Mama's Boy. We actually only got him for Ralph and Rick in the middle of May, and so we gave him a month off, and he's actually ahead of schedule right now. We were hoping to maybe qualify him in middle of July there, so he's got 3 starts now, and last couple starts he's looked really good, and he just got nosed out for the win there last week. So he looks like he should be competitive in that 7,500 claimer. And Don't Rock the Boat, well, he's me and my girlfriend Katie's horse, and he's basically the barn mascot. So basically, if he pays his fee, we're happy with him. So that's the goal with him. But last weekend I was very, very happy with him. So
yeah, big third place finish, right? So we finishing near the top in that. Those claimer conditions are pretty tough here in Manitoba, right? So
yeah,
good to see him finish up there.
Any one of them can win any given week. So it's you just got to make sure you put them in the right spot. That's all.
Perfect. And you're doing a lot of the driving yourself this year. You're actually pretty up there in the standings now. I think you're only behind Blake and Mitch and maybe Dean for a lot of the standings, right? So you're top 5 in a lot of the categories. How do you feel about your driving skills are coming along?
I mean, I still think I'm a better trainer than a driver, but with the lack of drivers in Manitoba this year, I just kind of made the decision that I'm going to have to start driving more. And I think the more that I drive, hopefully the better I'll get at it. So that's kind of the goal. I know when I go elsewhere to race, I don't usually do any driving at all. So it's kind of fun to get into the cart too. So get behind the gate and you can, as a trainer, you see what your horses are doing in the race and everything. So it's, I don't know, it's been fun.
Well, I saw your little nephew has a matching pair of silk. So maybe one day, eh?
Yeah, hopefully he can take over.
That was awesome. You got to tell me where you got those, because maybe I'll get a pair for my kid.
It's actually my mom is actually the one that made those. So.
Oh, awesome! That's awesome. I like that. So, yeah, Saturday at the Loop. How are you feeling about this? I know there's a lot of uncertainty circling around it. Could take some time, but what are you feeling about coming into Winnipeg?
Well, like as horsemen, we've worked really hard to get this to happen. So I mean, and now we're kind of there. So I think we're basically at the point where we gotta leave it in the hands of the Loop and just show up and race. Basically, that's our jobs now. So hopefully it all goes well. I mean, we got to go into it with an open mind. So it's and we have to expect a few bumps in the road, obviously, and I know we've had quite a few already going into it, but I mean, now that we're there, hopefully that's going to be the floodgates opening and everything goes smooth after this. So.
Yeah, as a guy who spent some time at Century Downs and Century Mile, you kind of got a little bit know of what, now that the situation's getting a little bit more big time show, you kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of know what to expect from a racetrack, like a I don't know what you would want to call it, an A track or whatever. Like it's not bush league racing anymore, basically. So we got to try to treat it as with as much professionalism as we can. And like I say, hopefully it all just works out, and that's all we can hope for at this point.
Exactly. So anyone at home wanting to know Kevin, orange and white silks on Saturdays at the Loop, look out for it. He'll probably get to the winner's circle a bunch with some of these horses he has. So best of luck, Kevin, going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and I have to give a shout out to Katie McLennan, my girlfriend, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. So
Exactly. Sounds good. Thank you for joining me, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you again to Kevin, and a great time talking. Before we go, I want to thank our sponsors, Harness Bid, the game changer in the standardbred harness racing buying community. Zero commission. Remember that. Visit harnessbid.com to get started. And for the USTA for sponsoring the show and the American Sired Stakes recap portion. We'll be back on Friday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Try to keep it around that time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, to preview Hamiltonian Oaks, everything else going on at the Meadowlands. Industry Day at Grand River with the Battle of the Bells and the Battle of Waterloo. Bunch of Sire Stakes action going on this weekend as well. Tons going on. Opening day at the Loop, the newest track in Canada. Tons going on. Be back here 2 p.m. Eastern time. On behalf of everyone at Harness Link, myself, Ace behind the scenes, take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.